Lots of parades this weekend. So many parades. I love a good parade. I love marching bands, but these parades were not great. They were parades of morons, not the servicemen marching who serve for our country.
Let's just get that qualifier in there.
Clear that up right away before somebody goes, how dare you? How dare you? First the flag is backwards and now this blasphemy. Important stories we're ignoring. After a 2-day manhunt, police arrested Vance Bolter for assassinating Democratic Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband, Mark, and wounding Democratic State Senator John Hoffman and his wife, Yvette, which can only be considered a tragedy for our nation and their children. This is just beyond sad and tragic, and it's still unfolding. So we're ignoring it other than to say RIP to the Hortmans, and we're praying for the Hoffmans and also this country because the political violence is out of control. We're also ignoring the unfolding war in Iran and Israel because unlike a lot of other comedians, we're not foreign policy experts and we know our lane. We're morons and we prefer to make fun of other morons, specifically parades of them, which there were a lot this past weekend. There were the No Kings protests over the weekend, which were allegedly bigger than the Women's March, which makes sense to me because women can't even show up for the WNBA. Ladies, you're always bitching about this pay gap. Well, maybe support your ladies in basketball.
But is having this minor skill worth being so unattractive? That's for the fan to decide. Yay!
6 million people, 4 to 6 million people, that's allegedly how many people came out and protested. Even Canadians protested, proving, in fact, they are already our 51st state.
We want more money.
Like, why the fuck are Canadians protesting? This makes no sense to me. I don't even think about Canada, and they're always thinking about us.
They're not even a real country anyway.
Maybe you should be protesting your own leadership, which has completely destroyed your entire country. We do have a lot of Canadian fans, and you are welcome in Texas anytime. As many people noted already online, we already have a No Kings Day. It's July 4th!
Point taken.
Literally, our No Kings Day, the day we celebrate freedom from kings. It's so dumb that people were out there protesting no kings, because other than a couple of weirdos on the right, Curtis Yarvin, there isn't some pro-king movement in the United States. Like, at least the pro-choice movement as the pro-life, you know, they have their opposition. I don't know what the opposition to the no king movement is. I don't know anyone in America who's like, you know, we need a monarchy, other than my husband.
Curtis Yarvin. So there are two.
So there are two people. So this was just millions of liberals calling Trump a king on his birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being so dumb.
Which I'm sure he loved. It's still giving him attention. It wasn't like no fascism or no dictator. It was no king, which honestly sounds kind of awesome. King is so different than any of the other things you could have called him. I think it's a little amusing that the people saying no kings literally kicked Biden off the ticket and replaced him with Kamala. They basically anointed her. The only thing missing was the Pope putting a crown on her head. You know, because the Pope used to put the crowns on people's heads. This is the episode where I explain all of my jokes.
We explain every single joke.
Which means they're not good jokes, by the way.
If you have to explain a joke, there is no joke.
The commentary online was as dumb as you would expect it to be. Everyone was like, something is shifting. I'm in San Francisco and the people are out en masse. Oh, really? You're in blue San Francisco and the people are protesting? I can't believe it.
Oh, shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
Someone who actually calls himself Alan Analysis, an analyst, tweeted, Dallas, deep red, oil-soaked and MAGA-aligned, is now flooded with anti-Trump protesters. A city once thought untouchable has joined the rebellion. The tide is turning. And it already has a community notes that states Kamala Harris won Dallas County in the last presidential election. Maybe Don't quit your day job of whatever it is, Allen Analysis. And of course, there are the greatest hits from the first Trump presidency. Inject them directly into my veins. The dusty old handmaids costumes were taken down from the shelves by the same women who use the terms uterus haver or birthing person to describe pregnant women. In just a state of incoherence only white women can achieve. These people are out of their minds. It was mostly at the protests, as many people noted, white boomers who don't have grandkids, and they are big mad.